Yo, what's poppin', Pokepals? Rare TCG here, bringing you a brand new video. Today, I'm going to be showcasing Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. I know what you're thinking, Rare, this is like one of the oldest cards in the format right now. What's so special about Bloodmoon Ursaluna? We all know what it does. Yeah, you all know what it does, but did you know that it's a phenomenal attacker on its own? What? You might be saying, but Rare, how do you possibly get 5 energies onto your Bloodmoon Ursaluna? The answer is you don't. You get 3. And the way you do that is with Forretress EX. It has the ability Exploding Energy, which once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 basic grass energies and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Then you shuffle your deck. If you put energies attached to your Pokemon this way, this Pokemon is knocked out. Yes, we are knocking out an EX to power up yet another EX. I know, sounds risky. But by blowing this Forretress up, you only need to attach 3 energy to your Bloodmoon Ursaluna in order for it to attack. Because as everybody knows, its Seasoned Skill attack allows it to attack for 1 less colorless energy for each prize card your opponent has taken. And if they're taking 2 prizes, you only have to use 3 energies. So you attach 1 from hand, and you have 2 Bloodmoon Ursalunas completely set up. On top of that, we also play 3 copies of Bouffalant from Stellar Crown with its Curly Wall ability, giving Ursaluna a little more extra bulk. And we also play Teal Mask Ogerpon, which helps with this Teal Dance ability, allowing it to draw with grass energy, and it also serves as a good second attacker. So if you can't get that Bloodmoon Ursaluna set up, then you can get that going. Our ace spec of choice is Precious Trolley. We have a lot of basics we have to set up. In this video, I did start off with using Legacy Energy, so you will see me using Legacy Energy in the beginning, but I do switch over to Precious Trolley by the end of the video. So Precious Trolley is what our ace spec of choice is. Of course, we have to play Latias EX for that free retreat, so we could switch in between our 2 Ursalunas, because once the Ursaluna attacks, it is stuck. It cannot attack during its next turn unless you retreat it. So you retreat 1 Ursaluna into another Ursaluna and just keep it going. We also play 2 copies of Black Belt's Training so we could hit for a little extra damage. And with everything said and done, we have essentially 410 HP on a basic Pokemon, being Bloodmoon Ursaluna, between Curly Wall, the Lively Stadium, and the Bravery Charm. So this Pokemon is nothing to scoff at on its own, and as you'll see in the gameplay footage, it speaks for itself. So let's get into some gameplay footage. Alright, here we are in game 1. We won the coin flip and we are going first. We actually have a pretty phenomenal start right now. Holy cannoli, I will take this start any day of the week. Wow. And my opponent mulligans. Wow. Alright, so they are using a Terra something because they have Knocked Owl in their deck. So that's an automatic given. I really hope my opponent stays, because the first matchup I ran into with this deck was an AFK opponent, so I had to cut that out. But yes, it looks like they are here, thank goodness. So first things first, let's get this Curly Wall up and running. And the next thing I'm going to want to do is get a Pineco on the bench. Just 1, because we have to save an open space for another Ursaluna. Let us attach this energy and pass it. Hopefully we can get ourselves another Ursaluna. That way we're all set up and ready to go. Because if my opponent... Okay, they're going to Crispin. Oh, they might just swing... No, they can't. Never mind. As I said, they might swing with Mew, but they're only going to get 2 energies. Alright. Thank goodness. I thought they were going to swing with Mew for a second. I was like, oh god! This is... Now, the biggest problem with Ursaluna and this deck in general is because we're using Forretress to get the energy attached to us, we are at a disadvantage in the sense that we're going to be down prizes and they aren't. So I am going to attach this Legacy Energy. And I think I'm just going to pass. I really don't want to swing with this Ursaluna just yet. I could very easily pop the Forretress right now, but I don't want to. I want to get that other Ursaluna set up. They're going to Genome Hack like I expected. And only do 180 because of the Curly Wall. So that's fine. Please get me another Ursaluna. We got a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Actually, you know what? I'm fine with that. Let's just blow up. Let's get 1 energy on the Ursaluna and put the rest onto the Teal Mask. And this is what I mean by we are behind. Because now my opponent has 2 prize cards as opposed to us only still having 6. But we're going to fix that real quick with one little Blood Moon. Taking out their Mew EX. And thanks to Legacy Energy, if my opponent knocks out Blood Moon, they're only taking 1 prize card. And there's the Black Belt. So if they put up a Pokemon with more than 240 HP, we could still knock it out. And because we had Ogerpon, we powered it up with Forretress, and he could do 3, 6, 9, 12, 150 damage, plus this guy, so 190 damage essentially. Isn't it attached to both Pokemon? Or? Yes, both active Pokemon. And they're just going to concede. Alright, that was a pretty good showing. Let's move on to the next match. Alright, here we are in Game 2, and oh my god, this is a horrible start. Wow, that is bad. I mean, we're going first, so we can evolve into the Forretress on our very next turn, but wow, this is really bad. The only thing that could save us right now is if we get ourselves the Precious Trolley, but I don't see that being an option at the moment. Let's see how my opponent decides to retaliate. They have, oh, it looks like they are playing the Hydrapple deck, and we get absolutely nothing right now to help us, which stinks. That is a big, big problem. Let's see what my opponent is going to do on their first turn. Hopefully they use an Iono and they get us into a better board state. Otherwise, we're kind of in a pickle. I definitely want to boss up that Ogerpon if I get the Ursaluna out now. I get my own Iono. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to evolve this Pineco into the Forretress. So he has some extra HP. That's fine. We're going to Iono, and hopefully we get ourselves something good. We get an Ursaluna. That's pretty good. We get 1 Bouffalant. We get ourselves a Teal Mask Ogerpon. I'm going to attach the Legacy Energy to the to the Ursaluna. We're going to do that. And do I want to start swinging now? You know what? Why not, right? Let's just start swinging, going fast and hard. There we go. Now the Ursaluna is completely set up. My opponent is going to take 2 prize cards. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Because I don't have Latias out, I'm going to promote the Teal Mask and just swing with that. So even if you don't have Latias, you could still use Ogerpon as an attacker. And look at that, we get another Ogerpon. So he's not just there for drawing purposes. We do have to be careful, though, because if they can set up that Ogerpon in the back, they can one-shot us. And that would not be good. I do have Arven, though, so we can get our Precious Trolley. And then once we get Precious Trolley and the Big Charm... Oh, yeah, that's bad. They got another Ogerpon. They're going to Teal Mask, most likely, to this Ogerpon, and then attach an energy. They're going to flip the script. Wow, they're going to do a lot right now. And this for sure looks like Hydrapple EX, with Boom Boom Groove as sort of like a draw engine. Alright, I've seen this deck before. It's actually pretty fun. I used it for a little bit, and I found it to be a little inconsistent, so I stopped using it. I mean, who am I to talk? I'm using Bloodmoon Ursaluna as an attacker, for God's sakes. You want to talk about inconsistent? Alright, let's see. Are they going to attach the Ogerpon, retreat, and attack with Ogerpon? They are going to use another bug catching set. That's fine. They're going to get themselves a Diplin, which I figured they would, and another Grookey. Grookey! Let's see. Do they have enough to knock out Ogerpon? No, right? No. Because he's only going to do 200 at most. If he has the stadium. Which I don't see yet. Does he have the stadium? If he has the stadium, we could still live, but with 10 HP, so that's fine. Okay, they're thinking they're doing the wave. Nope, they're only going to do 100. That's perfectly fine with me. So, I am going to put... Oh, there you go. Put the Big Charm on the bear. Then we're going to Precious Trolley. And we prize the Precious Trolley. Why wouldn't we, right? Why wouldn't we? Okay. Wow. That's absolutely horrendous. We are going to Curly Wall. That way we get the bear set up. And then... do I have anything in the discard that I want? No. I think we're just going to swing with Ogerpon and let it be. Okay, so we even out the prize trade, but the problem now becomes my opponent can actually just start swinging at me now. Yeah, and with all these energies attached to my Ogerpon, they are absolutely one-shotting me. So that's not great. But that also lowers the attack cost of my next Ursaluna, so in hindsight, we still have a chance here. I can just promote this Ursaluna and start swinging. I really need a Cyrano, though. That way I can get the Latias, the Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and maybe another Bloodmoon. But I definitely need Latias. Latias is a must right now. Because if I can't retreat this bear, he's just kind of sitting there. They're making some plays. Going through their deck. I mean, they've pretty much burned through over half their deck right now. So the Teal mask is set up, so we're going to lose this guy, which is unfortunate. They're going to put another energy on, which honestly, I don't think they should do that. That's not a good idea. Because did they use their supporter yet? No, they did not. Okay, they could boss. I was going to say they could boss up the Ursaluna, but putting all that energy is not smart because once I come up with this bear and knock it out, it's pretty much over for all their energy. Okay, we can't be affected by status now. I mean, not that this opponent plays status, but that's always good. They get their Thwacky out. And I don't know what else they could really do, realistically, except for play. They played a supporter. Yeah, no, they're just going to swing. 270. Wow, that's a lot of damage. All right. We are going to bring up the Ursaluna. Get another Pineco, but that does me no good. We are going to get a Nest Ball and another Bravery Charm. And I'm just going to get another Ursaluna. That's pretty much all I could do at this point. Because I can actually retreat this guy, if need be, by getting rid of 3 of my energies. And I'd have to get rid of my legacy energy, which I'm not happy about, but that's what I gotta do, right? Oh, no, there we go. We got the Latias, even better. So all I have to do is just get an energy on this Ursaluna, which I can very easily do with the Night Stretcher. And we are back in this game. All right, so this is a much better showing than the first matchup where my opponent just kind of gave up on us. So it is still anybody's game at this point. But they cannot one-shot this Ursaluna. No way, no how. They would need to hit for 370 damage, which is not possible in Ogerpon's current state. They could Teal Dance all they want. It is not going to help them. They're only hitting for 210 right now, if I'm not mistaken. And that's also going to be reduced by the Curly Wall, so there's no way they could one-shot this Ursaluna. Their best bet is to retreat and go into a one-prizer. That's their best bet. Or will they just swing and call it a day? They're thinking. What is my opponent going to do? They're going to evolve into Diplin. Okay, so they might actually retreat into Diplin and do the wave. That would be a smart move. Honestly, that would be a very smart move for them. But will they do it? Alright, while I wait for my opponent to... Oh, there they go. Nope, they're only going to hit for 150. Like I said, they cannot do enough damage. And if they bring up the Diplin, they can't do enough to that either. I'm going to attach this charm to Latias just to be sure that I don't get knocked out. And I'm going to retreat this bear, bring up this bear, and we need 1 energy. So let's get the 1 energy out of the discard pile. And let's swing on this Ogerpon. Bada bing, bada boom. Bloodmoon. And we win the game. And that's it. On to the next game. Alright, here we are once again in Game 3. We are leading with the Ogerpon Teal mask. And unfortunately, we are going first, so I cannot use this Arven to get what I need right now. But what I can do is attach the TM Evo and attach with Teal mask and hopefully get something going there. They are going to play the Itchy Pollen Badoo, though. That's a problem. We get a Nest Ball. That's fine. And with that, I think I want to get... Oof, what do I want to get here? I think I want to get Pineco. I think that's my best bet. Because even if I can't... And attach with that. Why not? Even if I can't get Ursaluna set up, because they're going to Itchy Pollen us, I can evolve into the Forretress and get that set up for when I eventually do get the Ursaluna ready. And this looks like a Lycanroc deck. Interesting. They do have Mimikyu, though. That's a problem. So we definitely have to rely on some bosses here. Or we could just power up the baby Bouffalant. We could do that too. And there's our bear. Okay, we have the bear. We are evolving the Pineco. Let's Teal mask onto the Ogerpon. We got Latias. Excellent. Let's put a Legacy Energy onto the bear. And I'm just going to Iono and get this gravy train rolling. Okay, we have a boss, which I do like that. I'm just going to take out this Badoo, so I'm no longer item locked. And we have the Forretress waiting in the wings. Oh, we get Lively Stadium, which also increases our HP. All the way up to, if I'm not mistaken, 400? Yes. So with the Curly Wall and with the... Oh, excellent. We can get the Bouffalant next turn. Nice. I don't like that Frostlass, though. That Frostlass is going to be annoying. What's the point of the Lycanroc? Oh, unless it's Lycanroc EX. I hope it's Lycanroc EX, because I'm pretty sure he's weak to grass. And then we could just use Ogerpon to... We got Professor's Research. Let's see. Let's see. We got a Night Stretcher for an energy that they're probably going to attach onto Monkey Dory. No, they're just going to pass. Okay, and let the Freezing Shroud take us. That's fine. We do get another boss. So I'm going to put down another Curly Wall. There we go. So now my bear is completely set up. I'm going to bounce the Lively Stadium. And I am hitting for nothing because I can't right now. Let me just dig a little. We get another Ursaluna. That's fine. So I'm going to boss up the Frostlass because that's a bit of an issue right now. And take that out. Because I don't need that pinging me every turn. Definitely don't need that. And this is where this deck kind of struggles, is because Pokemon that, well, decks that don't use EX Pokemon, you can't really win the prize trade on, especially if you're using Forretress. And I don't want to use Forretress right now because I kind of want to... Oh, yeah, it's one prize Lycanroc. I know exactly what this is. They're going to use that to get rid of their Spiky Energy. Evolve into their Lycanroc, attach the Spiky Energy from the discard pile, and start swinging. Oh, and they use the Frostlass to get the damage counters onto the opponent. Okay, interesting. Very interesting deck my opponent is playing here. I'm not hating it. I like it, I like it. Okay, this is most likely going to one-shot my Ogerpon, especially after they do this. So it's 40 times 30, correct? 160. No, we're living. Okay. And we could take a hit from this thing, too. Alright, let's start building up this Ursaluna. That's a definite. And I want to keep that boss in my hand, so let's just smack this. We'll survive. Actually, no, we won't. I forgot about the spiky energy. We won't survive. Oof. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, they're definitely going to win the prize exchange here. Bummer. Okay. So let me take a prize card here. They're going to go down to 2 prize cards. They're going to promote the Mimikyu. And how do they retaliate? They have how many spiky? They have 3 spiky energies in the discard, so they still have 1. They're going to use Hilda to get the Lycanroc and the spiky energy. Evolve into the Lycanroc. Okay. This is actually a very unique deck. I like this. It's not Dragapult. It's not Charizard. Finally, something that I can actually commentate on. Instead of the same old commentary, oh, now they're going to use Gardevoir's ability and get the street. Like, I like this. This is actually a fun game. I like this. Win or lose, this is a good game. I like this a lot. Now, unfortunately, we are going to take hella damage from this Lycanroc because, oh, and they got the counter catcher. Yeah, the bear's gone. The bear is absolutely gone. We are not winning this game, folks. And I can't even use Forretress's ability because once Ursaluna goes down, I mean, that's pretty much GG's. Unless, how many energies do I have? Oh no, there's 4. I don't have enough. If I blow up right now, I definitely don't have enough. Let me see. Yeah, no, there's only 1 energy in the entire deck. That's not going to help me. I was going to say I could have... Well, hold on. So I have 2 in my hand, and then that one's going to be 3. So actually, it could work. Hold on. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Call me Ishmael. I could Iono next turn. Right, so let's get this guy set up. Let's retreat this guy into the bear. Because the bear can't get 1 shot. And we'll just end my turn. I'm not giving up hope just yet. I would have liked to have kept, trading prize card for prize card, but that's not happening. Okay, Morty's Conviction. That's going to give them a bunch of cards. Now, because this Ursaluna doesn't have any damage counters on it, this is only going to be doing 80 damage to us because of weakness. Thank God. And actually, the Curly Wall will take away some of that damage as well, so I could totally take that. That's fine. I'm so hesitant, though, to use Forretress because, well, he's going to get the damage counters on me now. That's unfortunate. Yeah, but there's no more damage counters on his side of the field, so that's fine. I can't believe how well this deck of his is, like, flowing. That's really cool. All right, so let's attach this energy here. I really don't want to blow him up. I really don't. Blowing him up would be such a risk that I am not willing to take. And my attack cost right now is 3. I have to retreat him because if I don't, he's just going to go down. So I have to retreat him. And Latias resists fighting, so into the Latias we go. I'm playing merry-go-round here. But he also can't evolve that Lycanroc until this Lycanroc goes down, otherwise those spiky energies are not going onto the evolved Lycanroc. We are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Nope, they're just going to counter-catcher me. That's game. Alright, moving on to the next one. We're just going to concede. We're moving on to the next one. Jesus Christmas, that's a lot of damage. Alright, moving on. Alright, final match of the day, and we are once again going first. We have a decent start. I can use the Buddy-Buddy Poffin to get myself a Pineco. Whether or not I want to get 2 Pinecos is up to what my opponent is playing right now. Let's see. Dondozo. Oh, wow. I mean, their name is Scrappy Dondozo, so that makes sense. I'm just going to attach the energy and pass. Oh, I forgot the Buddy-Buddy. Damn it. All right. All right. No problem. No problem. I can still Precious Trolley. They're going to get rid of their Tatsugiri. Yeah, this is actually a really cool... But 2 really cool decks. I'm actually very happy with this. I know I'm supposed to be showcasing Ursaluna, but I'm very happy with the opponents I'm running into today. It's not the same Charizard and Dragapult and all that nonsense. I like that. Please don't tell me I priced the Trolley again. Oh no, I don't have Trolley in this deck. What am I saying? Why do I keep saying I have Trolley? I don't have Trolley in this deck. I really should have Trolley in this deck, though. Let's get 1 Pineco. Let's get another Ursaluna. Why do I keep thinking I have Trolley in this deck? I have Legacy Energy. Alright, that's fine. So what I really want to do now is I want to get Cyrano. That's a definite. Because I want to get a Latias. I want to get a... Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I definitely want to get... I should really change the A-Spec to Precious Trolley. Oh, perfect. Let's take that. And we just win. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blow up my Forretress. That's way too much energy, but I don't care. Let them take their 2 prize cards. And I'm actually going to change my A-Spec to Precious Trolley and give you guys another game. This is not the last game because this one was way too quick. This one was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So, yeah, we are definitely going into another matchup. And we got a boss. Very nice. All right, let me go change my A-Spec to Precious Trolley. Okay, actual last game of the day. And we actually have a pretty solid opening hand. The reason why I kept thinking I had Precious Trolley in this deck was because I kept telling myself in my head, you have to add Precious Trolley, you have to add Precious Trolley, and I never did it. But now I've put Precious Trolley into the deck, so when you guys go into the description down below, you will see the Precious Trolley in the deck list, because this is the official deck list now with the Precious Trolley in it, and I've gotten rid of the Legacy Energy. I think we had too many energies to begin with, so this is fine. My opponent is going first, which is great, because we can Precious Trolley turn 1 with Arven, and we can use TM Evo, so this is a really phenomenal showing with the update. Okay, my opponent looks to be using a Azumarill, which is a really cool 1-prizer. What Terra they're going to use is, we're about to see. My guess is going to be Terrapagos. Pikachu! Okay. No, I see the vision, because Pikachu can't get 1 shot, so that's not a bad idea. And there's the Forretress. Hopefully my other Forretress is in the deck, so I can just... There's my Precious Trolley. We got to attach that next turn, not this turn. Okay, I have 2 of those. I have another Forretress in the deck. Perfect. Okay, everything is coming up Millhouse. Let's go and get Bear, 2 of these. A Latias. My Latias is prized. Of course it is, because why wouldn't it be? So I guess we'll just get Ogerpon then. There we go. Let's attach to this guy. Let me make sure I sequence this correctly. I'm going to Evo for the Forretress that I know is in there, because I checked. And that's it. I'll end my turn. So we got the curly wall set up, which is phenomenal. So now Ursaluna now has essentially 320 HP, which I know Azumarill cannot hit even with the max belt. So we are big shot. Oh, we got rid of both his bosses. That's huge. Okay, there's the Azumarill. They have the Terra Pokemon, so they can swing for 1 energy. So this is doing 230 damage, minus 60. So it's doing like 170 damage, which is still a lot, but it's better than... Yeah, and they're taking damage themselves. I really wish I had Latias right now, but, you know, my prizing is horrendous. So let's blow up. Let's put all these energies onto my bears. They're going to take 2 prizes, and hopefully we get Latias off of the prize that we're about to take. Because I'm pretty sure I played 2 Latiases in this deck, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Just let me... Oh, I want to get a... No, not that. I want to get that. I know it's not really going to make a difference right now, but you never know. Let's hit this. Hopefully we get Latias off of the prize. Please, Latias. Yes! Wow, look at me! For once the prizing was in my favor. Again, I wish I had Legacy right about now, but we don't unfortunately have Legacy right now. They are going to get another Zoomeril set up. Yeah, this is bad. One prize decks are like the bane of this deck's existence, so keep that in mind if you are planning on using this deck. It's a really fun deck, very strong, very hostile. It gets going very quickly, but the problem with it is it suffers in the prize trade. Oh, my wife is texting me from my accountant saying that I owe her money. I just love that. They're going to go for the Ogerpon, which was interesting. I'm not quite sure why they did that. And they played 3 bosses orders, I just realized. That's even crazier. Alright, let's promote this bear. And I'm actually not going to put down this Latias just yet. Until I know that we're fine. So I'm just going to swing, take out this Azumarill. We are so behind in the prize, but this is not the end of the game. We could still come back from this somehow. Alright, so while my opponent does what they're doing, I want to talk to you guys about the upcoming sets that are coming out in September. Mega Evolution's coming back. Like, that's crazy. Mega Evolution's coming back, and what I'm not happy about it, though, is that they take 3 prizes, the Megas, which I really don't think they'd need to. Like, in all honesty, this Terra Pikachu, I think, is stronger than some of the Megas that are coming out, and you only take 2 prize cards for it. So why is it that Megas are being treated so poorly? Like, Megas have always been treated so poorly in TCG, in my opinion. When they were originally concepted, you had to lose your turn when you evolved into them unless you had a special item like the Link. And now this time around, you have to take 3 prize cards for them. So it's like, why would you want to play, why would you want to play Megas? They're like such a high risk, So that's why I'm not really happy that the Pokemon Company did that. Why they decided to do that, I have no idea. Like, I'm looking at Charizard, Mega Charizard X's attack, and yeah, it's strong, but like, it's not like brokenly strong. Like, some of these Pokemon that we have now in the format are stronger than Mega Charizard X coming out. You know what I mean? But who knows? Maybe I'll be eating those words next time when it eventually comes out. But until then, like, I just don't see the appeal. Alright, so I'm going to Cyrano here. I'm going to get another Ursaluna set up. I only need 1 energy because they're down on prizes. I mean, they're up on prizes. I'm going to swing with this bear and just call it a day from there. Like this Pikachu. Like, this should have been knocked out, but because of its ability, it's not. And I think that's ridiculous. But, like, none of the Megas could do that, and, like, you could totally swing and kill a Mega, especially in the format that we're in now. I can understand, like, if they plan on lowering the attack and the HP of Pokemon in the future, but until that rotation comes into effect, the Megas are going to be struggling, in my personal opinion. But that's just me. That's pretty much what I wanted to. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. All right. So my opponent is going to get yet another Azumarill set up, unfortunately, and this is unfortunately the weaker Bloodmoon Ursaluna. What's good, though, is that I think they're all out of Gusting. There's no way they have any more Gusting in their deck. They use 3 bosses orders. So we should be fine. Let me just Zell my wife money because they have a 4th boss? There's no way. They have 4 bosses. Oh my god, guys, that's ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know what to say at this point. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video with the Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. What do you guys think? It's a very powerful opening Pokemon if you pair it with the Forretress EX. but it also becomes a huge liability with the Forretress EX. Unless your opponent is playing a ton of EX Pokemon like Dragapult or Charizard, you're going to struggle with this deck. Seriously. You saw how I struggled with those two one-prize decks with the Lycanroc and the Azumarill. I'm not complaining, though. I did enjoy versing those opponents because it's nice to see some variety when you're playing PTCGL. So I'm actually happy that I did get to showcase other people's decks aside from just my own Ursaluna. This deck isn't an original idea. I've seen For the Win do it a long time ago, before Latias EX was even an idea in this game. So it's you know, it's been a long time coming, and I just tweaked it, made it better with Bouffalant to make it tankier, and I used some of the other cards like Lively Stadium and Bravery Charm to make it even more tanky. Like it really works, and you get the Mist Energy, so you can't be like burned or poisoned by attacks. So there's ways. I think it's a great deck, but like I said, if you're going up against one prize decks, you're going to really struggle, and the odds of you winning are slim to none. But it's a really fun deck. Try it out for yourselves. I'm not saying you're going to win every game. I certainly didn't win every game, but I did win a majority of my games because of just how the format is playing. And let me know what you guys think about my comments that I made in the last game footage about Mega Evolutions. Do you think that they're going to be struggling when they first are conceived? Are they going to thrive? Let me know. This has been your boy, Rare Boy, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!